Greetings, dear listener. Today, I'm going to talk about the moment of pop in professional wrestling. Before I explain what the moment of pop is, it'd be good for you to know what a pop is in professional wrestling. A pop is merely the eliciting of an emotion from the audience, a scream, a cheer, when the audience rises as one and they cheer and they scream as a result of the theater that's playing out before them, whether it's a particularly spectacular move or a particularly rousing speech from a wrestler. When the audience pops, that's what that is. They're popping, they're cheering, they're happy, they're excited, they're terrified. It's the emotion just pouring out of them as a result of something the wrestler has done. And wrestlers who get particularly good at manipulating and moving that audience can elicit the exact particular response that they're looking for when they become a master of the professional wrestling medium. So now that I've explained what a pop is, the noise, it's just the noise that comes out of an audience. What is the moment of pop? What's happening when that noise is coming out of the audience member? I refer to the moment of pop as the transubstantiation in professional wrestling. It's where, for that brief split second of rising up out of your seat as a result of something you've seen a wrestler do, you, without really realizing it, believe in your bones, in your soul, you believe what you're seeing is real. Now, you know that professional wrestling is staged. You know that the performance art of professional wrestling is just that, a performance art. But in the moment you pop, you forget all of that. When you're just jumping out of your seat the way you would at any other sporting event for a team you love, that's what's happening. It's becoming real in that moment when you are feeling what you're feeling and rising with the tide of the rest of the audience. That is when professional wrestling attains reality in your mind. Like any other good medium of art, when you engage with it and your emotions connect with it, that's when it's real to you in that moment. Other mediums inspire this exact same psychological state, but because they're more well regarded as arts, people think of them in this way, whereas pro wrestling is often not thought of as an art, and it's often not thought of, or it's often not given the respect, the analytical respect it deserves as a performance art that moves people the world over to these intense moments of ecstasy and conviction. Film, for example, uses a series of images. It strings together a series of images that, when added together, move you, the audience member, to an emotion, to a higher state of emotional response. Poetry strings words together, lines in stanzas, to move you to its own version of the moment of pop. Painters use brushstrokes so that when you stand and stare at a painting, you are moved by what you are seeing, and it's because the brushstroke went in a particular way. Wrestlers are artists too. Their canvas is gravity. Their canvas is their body. They use wrestling moves to move you to the moment of pop, that moment of conviction where reality and fiction collapses and all that's left is emotion and how you feel. Wrestlers are a particular kind of daring artists who deserve our respect, for they risk life and limb to get us to that moment of pop in ways other mediums just don't. Alrighty, that about does it for this video. Thank you very much for listening, one and all. Go ahead and watch one of my other YouTube videos on podcasting, and I'm going to do some more on pro wrestling as well. Subscribe, click this subscribe gimmick up here so that you never miss another one of my videos. And you can follow me on Twitter at @FTKail and go to ftkail.com to sign up for my newsletter. Thank you very much for listening. And remember, go out there and find yourself your moment of pop.